Everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gear Season 4, Episode 57 with me, Sid. And today, there's several things I could do. I've still got to finish the bathroom, I've still got to do the upstairs decorating, I've still got to do the decorating in the garden. Shush! Busy. I've still got to do the recycling or the rebuilding of the little thing. Oops, this first person walking is really difficult, you know. But what I have decided to do today is I'm going to get some progress on the hidden or secret part of my, well, it's not very hidden, but you know, just pop that like that so I remember. The hidden or secret part of my base, the evil villain lair, if you will. So I did hollow this out some time ago. This is going to be a missile silo, and I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off that way, put some things in, put some stairs in. We'll put a command and control center off back towards the thing over there. We'll have another corridor, we'll have another one of these, and we'll have two missile silos in the hill holding pardon me, an approximation, this is not going to be an exact copy, but an approximation of something resembling a Minuteman II nuclear missile. We're going to have the blast doors on the top here. They're going to be able, they're not going to slide off. One's going to be open, one's going to be closed. So I've done a bit of research. I've got the schematics for Minuteman silos. I've had a look at the Minuteman themselves. The Minuteman 3 is officially 18.8 meters long and around about 1.8 meters wide. Now 1.8 is 2, so straight away we have a problem because I have built this silo on the basis of an odd rather than an even symmetry, but that's fine. We'll make it 3 meters wide, or just over 3 meters wide. We can, that's fine. 18 is fairly, so we'll go for 19. So 1, 2. So if the tip is here at the top, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now I appear to have gone a little bit overkill on the size of my missile. I think we can more or less fill this in to about here, because what I've noticed with these missile silos is the access corridor seems to be up here near the top, which is actually not that far beneath the ground. I mean, it's only like 4 or 5 meters. So maybe I need to bring you down just a little bit more. Maybe go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll take off 5 at the top, and maybe that'll make it a bit deeper. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to make it 19. We can always go one slightly over, but yeah, definitely got carried away down here, didn't I? Which is handy because it means I know next time I don't need to dig from the top down to there. I can actually come in a lot lower. You know, for something that is so devastatingly destructive, that is actually really not very big, is it? It feels very underwhelming. But still, it is what it is. And obviously it will be a circle around that platform there. We'll have walkways that come out, a couple, and then, you know, we'll circularize this up and we will make it all nice. That's the thing. There's going to be a lot of chiseling, there's going to be a lot of painting, and there's going to be a lot of other bits and pieces. That's the idea. So I think what we need to do first is decide, because again, the Minuteman silos are interesting. They have a wall, which is, so you probably have a walkway which is that wide. I'm going to go for one that wide, so you've got like your access to the missile and you can do maintenance on it. But then they actually have a wall behind it. So this is probably too wide going all the way up. So, or at least up as far as, say, here. And if I'm going, let me have a look that way, my access corridor wants to be around about there, which is a little bit better. That feels further down. So what we'll have is we'll have a room that goes around the outside of this, so it'll go, you know, one, and then we'll come in like this, and that will go all the way down. So we've got one, then you've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, thank God for an angel belt. There was no way I was going to do this without an angel belt. So you've got that, then you've got 1, 2, 1, 2, then you've got 3, and then another one. So 1, 2, 1, and then that's 1, 2, 3, yep, and then one more. And then that will go 3 this way. And this will be too wide, so we've got plenty of room there. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go in like this. So that will give you 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then this should be the next wall. And there's probably going to be a little bit of backfill. I mean, these are going to be painted to look like concrete or metal. There's going to be a lot of... I'm going to be probably rivaling Punk for berry pilfering, I think, somehow. Oh, I'm getting cold as well. Yeah, this is going to be a problem working up here at this altitude. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'll just have to 1, 2, 3, and then that's your 4th one here. I'll just have to make sure that I go and keep warm regular, won't I? Because my temperature is dropping quickly, judging by the temperature bar. 1, 2, 3, right. That's dropping rapidly. Of course, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. It is also minus 13. So yeah, that's gonna make you chilly by any. In fact, I'm starting to shiver. Look, 1, 2. We'll go down and start warming up. But I'm going to need to basically go and mine a whole load of stuff to backfill this lot as well. This bit here, still minus 3. I think I'm going to need to find myself somewhere warmer. What are my clothes like at the moment? Oh, they're all right. They're not in... I mean, they're better. Let's go and sort that for starters. Don't know whether this will class as a room. It may do, but I don't think it's going to warm me up at all. Where am I going to find somewhere to warm myself up? Let's go into the kitchen and set a fire going, because that's not going to help me either. Boop, boop, boop. There we go, and then we can get you and go repair that, repair all of that. Probably need to put my winter woolies on, to be honest. Where's me Sammy? Sammy needs repairing. I mean, that worm is good for half a degree of temperature. And I think that's it. but we're okay. We are back at 37.5, so nice and warm. Let me go and see about some woolly clothes, I think, while we're working. But yeah, so I need to do quite a bit of excavating, which I'm going to get on with. I'm also going to have to do quite a bit of filling, which is an entirely different prospect. Right, where are we? There's my fur coat. Should have some fur boots. They're fine. I need fur trousers, really. Do I not have those? Not there. Marketeer pants, minstrel coats. None of that is of any use. I don't think any of that is fur pants, are they? Sorry, fur trousers. Oh, John, you're British. We don't wear pants. Well, we do, just we wear them under our trousers. Yeah, I'm not seeing any, so let me just have a look. Let me see if I can make some fur clothes. Oh, maybe you can't. What's the warm? Do I have to put the word pants in? I do. Hate that. So mine warm woolen pants, 3 degrees. Can't make them though. That's probably what we want. Because they're 2. I think everything else is 2. I'm going to guess that we want the warm woolen ones, and I bet I don't have a pair. Let me just go through and check. Forlorn hope. So there's a problem when you wear things based on what they look like. Marketeer, hunter, hunters 2. What am I wearing? They're 2 as well. I don't think there's anything. I think they're going to really be merchant, nomad, fine, minstrel. And I looked in there, didn't I? Okay, so and they're not sold by wow. I'm stuffed. I'm not allowed warm woolly pants. Sorry, trousers. One day we'll figure out what that word should be, won't we? Right. So armed with that, I am going to I'm going to wait for the day to warm up, and I'm going to continue excavating that space. For starters, I probably should also do some lime, quick lime. I've probably already got some, but let's just go and see if Punk's left me any berries. If there are any berries. I mean, it is winter. Oh yes, he has, look. So I probably need to make some what do we call them, pallets as well, because I'm going to need those. One of the downsides to building a modern build is you need modern building materials, which, you know, could be a little more challenging. But yeah, back in a bit. Alright, that is all of the berries. Oh, there's a few cranberries left, but yeah, let's just stop there. So we've got a uncommon, we've got a rare, Now the nice thing with this rarity is you do get some with an extra high durability, which means that the epic does 210 and the unique has got 300, double the durability of the standard one. So, you know, that's happy. I do definitely need to make myself some more quicklime though. Just put them all in there because we don't need them right now. It's just prepping. But what we do need, now we are down to -1, is I need to carry on digging. So I'll get up there and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, progress has been made. So this is the direction we're going to go to the next silo bunker. And I'm just a bit worried that we might not actually have enough space in here. If I were to put a thing and then another passageway, I might not have enough space there, so I may need to do like that and then do another bunker here. So you've got a little L shape, and then down here we can come in and we can do the command and control bunker. Might be a better solution. This is going to be a pipe, so I've done a concrete circle. That's going to run all the way down to here. It's only going to be 5 long. In the actual schematics of various silos that I've been looking at, they appear to be much longer, but that's fine. Then you've got this is a different, on the inside walls we can do stuff, but I've got this basically, got a whole kind of tube in a tube. We'll have doors coming out on various levels into the walkways that will land on this. Here, I think what we're going to do is I don't know whether I've got enough of this left, but I think what we will do is we'll obviously need to change these blocks out for something a little bit more stable than that. But if this is going to be 3 by 3, I think we need to come in, and then I'm going to have, there are several different hatches or covers that I've seen used, and I really do need some more materials. Probably easy to go over the top, but the one I like the look of visually for this is it's like a green, khaki green flip top lid, metal vault lid that opens up and out, and it's round with big hinges and pistons and everything, and that should be an interesting thing to try and chisel. That is at least the theory. Let me just have a look at how much. Why am I not seeing andesite stone there then? There I am, of course. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, there we go. Give myself some clay. Just because I've actually got too much. Yeah, but that's fine. I did backfill some of that, but I haven't filled in the whole space yet, and I'm just using cobble where I can to make use of it, because I've got firm hound. I either sift it or make cobble out of it, so might as well make cobble. I have, by the way, torn up the orchard up here. It's never going to flower. The orchard on this level has vernalised, so there's a better chance that they may actually blossom in spring, but we're going to have to wait to spring for that to happen, obviously. And the other thing I'm going to wait for spring for is we're going to start trying to rearrange to do the desolation raid for the next lore piece, because I think that's probably the space we want. You know, my thoughts here are to kind of curve these up a little bit. So we'll do something up there with those, and then you've got the old missile itself, which we need to do. So lots of interesting things to try and chisel. Down here, there's going to be there's actually a splitter. It's like a little cone of concrete, wedge of concrete that pushes the jets out to either side. Looking at the schematics, so lots of interesting stuff going on. So I think at least I know I need a significantly smaller hole in the ground than I did when I dug out this whole thing here, because, you know, still got a significant hole in the ground, but that's fine. We can do something with that later. So in terms of what we've got going on here, we have a 48 diameter circle. That's if I make it exactly 3 meters. So, but I am inclined to do so, I think, initially. So as I recall, and again, we can just use any old material because I'm going to be painting this with a hooferator. You're going to go, it's 10 either side, so 1, 2, 3. There you go, like there and there, and that's the shape of this at the bottom. But then we need obviously to taper it as it goes up to give it a nice missile shape. Now, is it going to be a Minuteman 3? It's probably going to be the bastard love child of a Minuteman, an Atlas, a Trident, and, you know, several other missiles as we go. Yeah, I think that's probably a fair assessment. So it went like that. And then what we'll do is we'll just chop that out for now. It goes 1, 2, 3. Then it goes 1. Then it went 2, like that. And then it does this. Not that. There's 1, 2, 3, and then you've got, oh wow, that got suddenly all very less echoey, didn't it? Now I suppose the first thing to do would be to copy this, maybe paint it, I don't know, white, an off-white colour would probably be the kind of lightweight aluminium-y colours they use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. I think that's how that will go. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 2, and then a 1, and then a 3. That's right, yeah, that's exactly the shape. So I suppose I better take out mass remove these first. And then that. And then we can take you, chisel that, and that. Do a bit of rotating. forget and do those. Yeah, that, as it tapers up, will be fine, I think. And in terms of colour, I think we just go for maybe kind of that colour there to start off with. We'll detail, obviously, but that will give us the basic shape. And yeah, let me just do a little bit of shape decisions and I'll be back with you in a second. Well, it's definitely a missile. Like I say, it's the illegitimate offspring between Atlas, a Titan, a Minuteman, and the All-You-Cans. Probably the Ann Summers catalogue as well, if I'm brutally honest. It's going to have more on it. We're going to have rocket motors at the bottom. It's going to have some decorative stuff going in. But I just wanted to get this in place so I could work out A, how big this base needs to be, and B, how I'm going to do the things. Now the retracting floors. Now, yes, you heard me right. Then they're not going to retract, obviously. But the way these things kind of work is that they have... Now, I'm going to be... that's too close, but we could go a little bit... We could go to, say, half a block. So, for example, something like that, and then we just chop it out. So your floor, maybe even a little bit bigger than that. Maybe we can get away with that. And if I just, for starters, these are not solid, so you know we can. Try not to hit. The only problem with working in a heavily chiseled place is it's very easy to damage something that you've chiseled elsewhere. But you end up with this kind of thing but the cleverness that comes is that these are kind of like that shape. So it's very difficult to explain. They're like wedges, but they're inverted with a triangular bit in the middle, and that gives you this kind of walkway where, say, it would go further than that, but if we were to chisel out most of this, and similarly on this side, and then here is like a piston array which would fold the entire thing up against the wall when this is going to launch, so they're not getting hit by the missile. Yeah, it's very hard to explain, and there's multiple of them, but I think I'm going to try and do this in 4 petals. I think getting too complicated with it will be difficult. And of course, once you've done one, it's actually really easy to duplicate them. But before you do anything, you need a basis for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a grid floor with a frame around it. And that will form the basis of the maintenance platforms that will be coming out from in here, and again there'll be multiple doors coming down. These doors are going to be vault doors, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to keep my vault doors, because we can repurpose them. This is going to be a big old vault door, probably a double, because it'll make sense, and it will open outwards, so when it's closed the blast from this is pushing against it, so the tunnel, you know, it doesn't burst into the tunnel. And at least I assume that's what you would do if you were designing a vault door style thing. You would want it to be somewhat robust. So yeah, let me do a little bit of design work on this and see if I can't get one finished. I think I'm going to take that down a slice, because it's only going to be that thick, and then I can work on the little piston thing that goes on underneath it afterwards. What I do need is my I probably need my planer, actually, is the obvious thing. So yeah, I'll get that thrown together, be back in a sec. Alright, I had a slight problem with snow. However, what I discovered, purely back, it built up on there, and it's built up on the rocket. Now, the rocket tip, if you place, even though there's a chisel, if you place a block over the top of the very top block that you can place a block over, does that make sense? Yeah, you know what I mean. On the topmost block, the block that you block, it gets rid of the snow, which is cool, and I'm happy with that. However, I'm just going to plop you there, give me a little bit of light. So this is the these are the platforms. I've just started painting the inside. I don't think I'm going to get a huge amount more done this episode, but what we will do is we'll get the piston coming off onto this thing here. There'll be some, I don't know, green maybe. And those are the ideas that they will just push these up when the rocket missile is going to launch. Obviously the lid will open and we'll sort out that lid. There'll be multiple of these. I don't know how many. Now there looks to be pretty much about one for every maybe 2 to 3 meters in the Atlas silos. That might be more than I want. I might just do like 4, 1, and maybe another 2 in the middle. And that should be enough, I think, to give the impression. Then it's down to detailing, a little detail around the edges, lighting. I want to, put some radiation symbols up. These need floors as well, so that's the thing. But already gone through another 2 things. I did pop by my traders and bought myself some forlorn hope greaves and some ammo pieces. So I'd like to get a full set of the armors, and I've never actually managed to get repaired one of these ones, because the broken, to make a damaged, you need to add iron chain, and once you've got the damaged, you are going to mix that with two iron plates and a gold plate to get a full set. So that's for the 3 pieces of items, that's 6 pieces of gold, which I don't have. So I'm probably not far off actually now. So yeah, the Blackguard one's slightly different. Will I ever use them? I don't know. But we've got these. We can walk on them. They're all good. We've got a missile. So I'm just going to push this this paint job, and I'll be back in a moment. All right, there is the screenshot. There is my platforms are all around. I'd still need to put the pistons in. We're painted up to the top. Basically I need to repeat this now. Going pretty much. I'll tell you what, let's see if we place these two and then pick them up, they should all stack again. Seems to be a thing. So yeah, we've got the rocket, we've got the platforms. As I say, there'll be another set of platforms down here, and then probably another, maybe one, maybe two, I don't know, I'll decide. But you know, they're nice mesh platforms, so they give you that visibility down. We'll get the lighting in, and then we can continue on with this one. But between episodes I am going to continue working on this, and until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.